It begins in the early morning, Europe's greatest equestrian procession, the Blood Ride in Weingarten. And we welcome you to this unique confession of faith. Some 3,000 riders with their horses, mostly from Upper Swabia, move in prayer through the town and the surrounding fields.
The Basilica, the starting point of the annual Blood Ride for over 400 years. Father Peerman blesses the faithful all along the way. The Blood Ride is more than a procession. Many music bands accompany the riders on their journey through the town, and there is a special greeting for the civic heads on the balcony of the town hall. Blood Friday, a very special day.
I
feel in my heart that there is something good here when we all pray together. My husband was once seriously injured, and my faith helped me tremendously, and that's important for me.
What I like most are the old uniforms, because I'm especially interested in old cultures.
This is a religious festival and a very special one. You don't find this very often in Upper Swabia, and it's wonderful for me when I see that the rest of the people are there too.
Father Peerman bestows God's blessing, heralded by the ringing of a large bell. Some 30,000 pilgrims have journeyed here to the greatest confession of faith in Upper Swabia.
The Blood Ride is important for the town's identity. It's in our soul and in our heart. As mayor, you live with your town, and so for me the Blood Ride is the greatest festival of the year.
These are very moving feelings, and after 9 years they are as strong as ever. Our heart is in Weingarten, and I hope that the hearts of the people in Weingarten are so in Mantua. For between us, there is a great and extraordinary bond.
The groups of blood riders move through the fields around Weingarten. On the way, they pause at several altars where they pray for the safety of their houses, their farms, and their fields.
These Italian blood riders have journeyed here from Mantua, Weingarten's partner town. An old and deeply religious bond has linked the two towns for hundreds of years. For the holy blood that is worshipped in Weingarten comes originally from Mantua.
Mantua, a pearl of the Italian Renaissance, and above the roof, the town's landmark, the dome of the Sant'Andrea Basilica. In the 15th century, Mantua experienced its golden age and was seen as the center of power. The magnificent buildings of the old town are a testimony to its former glory. The Palazzo Ducale, at that time the residence of the ruling family, the pomp and splendor of the past, still an attraction for tourists today. A delegation from Weingarten paying a visit here on Good Friday. Between Weingarten and Mantua there is a powerful bond.
This common bond lies in the traditional worship of the Holy Blood. And as you see, it is not only a tradition of piety, adoration and liturgy, but a desire for a feeling of brotherhood.
The Basilica of Sant'Andrea contains Mantua's precious treasure, the relic of the Holy Blood. When the Roman soldier, Longinus, pierces the side of the crucified Jesus, the blood miraculously heals his eye complaint. Longinus becomes a Christian, and he buries some of the blood-soaked earth from the Mount of Calvary in Mantua. Some 1,000 years later it is discovered, and eventually part of the Holy Blood came to Weingarten. Only once a year, on Good Friday, is the crypt open to visitors. The blood of Jesus is safely locked away in the lower church of the Basilica, and 12 separate keys are needed to open the safe-like altar. In the Sacri Vasi, the holy vessels, the blood of Jesus is preserved. Here the Bishop of Mantua blesses the Holy of Holies. The Good Friday procession sets out. Several hundred of the faithful join it. At 10 o'clock in the evening, the Holy Blood leaves the Basilica. the Sakrevasi are carried devoutly through the old town center of Mantua. A most unusual spectacle, the town guards on horseback and the blood riders from Weingarten, today on foot. For them it is an honor just to be here. Preparations for the blood ride in Weingarten. Those who wish to take part must be suitably prepared, as is Pellegrino from the partner town. He and the other Mantuans ride to instructions, and here they are familiarizing themselves with the horses. They too have been coming to Weingarten for years to take part in the blood ride. Over time it has simply become a matter of course. They also ride with their horses for more than 3 hours through the fields around Weingarten, and here you sense a concerted power. At the end they gather again in the monastery courtyard.
The blood ride, a living expression of faith, an uplifting event which brings together the faithful in prayer. And because of it, thousands come here every year to Weingarten in Apis Rapia to strengthen this confession of faith.
For the last time, Father Peerman gives his blessing as he moves past more than 100 groups of riders. Then the relic of the Holy Blood returns once more to the Basilica.
It is always a moving experience. We meet our friends here who ride together with us on this unforgettable day. We've been taking part for 11 years now, and this festival is really a very important day in the year for us.
It's very moving here every year, and when we are able to take part with our friends in this religious festival, and which is also a people's festival, then it is simply wonderful.
The blood ride in Weingarten, a moving experience.